Have you ever wondered how the small island nation of the United Kingdom became one of the most powerful empires in history? From ancient tribal warriors to royal dynasties that shaped the world, the UK's story is full of legendary battles, famous rulers, revolutions, and inventions that have influenced every corner of the globe. Join us as we journey through time and uncover the fascinating history of the United Kingdom in a way that's easy to understand. Welcome to History Unveiled. Today, we're covering the entire history of the United Kingdom. From the ancient Celtic tribes and Roman conquests to the world-changing British Empire and the modern UK, we'll walk through the key events that shaped this nation. So, buckle up for a thrilling ride through history. Let's begin. The story of the United Kingdom begins long before it was a kingdom. Over 2,000 years ago, ancient Celtic tribes roamed the lands that would become England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. These Celtic people lived in small, scattered communities, worshipped nature, and built mysterious monuments like Stonehenge, which still puzzles us today. But life in Britain changed dramatically when the Romans invaded in 43 AD under Emperor Claudius. The Romans brought their advanced civilization, building roads, towns, and fortresses across the land. They even constructed Hadrian's Wall, a massive structure to protect their empire from the fierce Pictish tribes of what is now Scotland. For almost 400 years, Britain was a part of the Roman Empire, until the Romans withdrew around 410 AD, leaving Britain vulnerable to new invaders. With the Romans gone, a new wave of settlers arrived, the Anglo-Saxons. These were tribes from what is now Germany, Denmark, and the Netherlands. They brought their own language and culture, and gradually established several small kingdoms across England, such as Wessex, Mercia, and Northumbria. This era saw the beginnings of what would later become England. But the Anglo-Saxons soon faced a terrifying threat: the Vikings. Starting in the late 8th century, Viking warriors from Scandinavia began raiding British shores, looting monasteries and villages. Over time, these raids turned into invasions, and the Vikings settled in parts of England. This period of conflict gave rise to legendary leaders like King Alfred the Great, who successfully defended his kingdom of Wessex against the Viking threat and laid the foundations for a united England. One of the most famous events in British history is the Norman Conquest of 1066. It all started when William, the Duke of Normandy in France, claimed that he was the rightful heir to the English throne. After the death of King Edward the Confessor, William invaded England and defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings. William the Conqueror, as he became known, changed England forever. He introduced the feudal system, built imposing castles, and established Norman rule. The centuries that followed were marked by power struggles, both within England and with neighboring countries. Kings like Henry II expanded their control, while conflicts like the 100 Years' War against France raged on. England also witnessed the signing of the Magna Carta in 1215, a document that limited the power of the king and laid the groundwork for modern democracy. The 16th century was a time of great change for England, largely thanks to the famous Tudor dynasty. It all began with Henry VII, who ended the Wars of the Roses, a series of civil wars between rival branches of the royal family. His son, Henry VIII, is one of England's most well-known kings, not just for his 6 marriages but for his role in the English Reformation. Henry VIII broke away from the Catholic Church and established the Church of England, largely because the Pope refused to grant him a divorce. This split from Rome had enormous consequences, both religious and political. Under Henry's daughter, Elizabeth I, England became a powerful and influential nation. Elizabeth's reign, often referred to as the Elizabethan era, saw the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 and the flourishing of English arts and culture, with William Shakespeare creating some of the most famous works of literature in history. The 17th century was marked by turmoil between the monarchy and parliament. King Charles I believed in the divine right of kings, which meant that he thought he could rule without Parliament's consent. This led to a bitter conflict known as the English Civil War. In 1649, after years of fighting, Charles I was captured, tried for treason, and executed. For the first time, England became a republic under the leadership of Oliver Cromwell. However, this republican experiment didn't last long. After Cromwell's death, the monarchy was restored with Charles II in 1660. Later, in 1688, the Glorious Revolution saw King James II deposed and replaced by William and Mary. This revolution was glorious because it happened without bloodshed, and it marked a turning point where Parliament gained more power over the monarchy, paving the way for the constitutional monarchy that exists in the UK today. As we move into the 18th and 19th centuries, the United Kingdom began its rise to global dominance. The UK led the Industrial Revolution, a period of rapid technological and economic change that started in Britain. Factories, railways, and steamships transformed the economy, and inventions like the spinning jenny and the steam engine changed everyday life. During this time, the British Empire expanded rapidly, with colonies in Africa, Asia, the Americas, and the Pacific. At its height, the British Empire was the largest in history, covering nearly a quarter of the world's land and population. The phrase, "The sun never sets on the British Empire," became a popular way to describe its vast reach. But this period wasn't just about economic and imperial growth, it was also a time of political reform. Acts of Parliament gradually extended voting rights, and movements like the abolition of the slave trade and labor rights gained momentum. The 20th century was a time of both triumph and tragedy for the United Kingdom. The UK played a crucial role in both World War I and World War II, facing massive destruction but ultimately emerging victorious. After World War II, the British Empire began to decline as many colonies gained independence, marking the end of Britain's imperial era. At home, the post-war years saw the creation of the welfare state, with the establishment of the National Health Service, NHS, in 1948, providing free healthcare for all. The UK also became a founding member of the United Nations and played a significant role in international diplomacy. In recent decades, the UK has seen major changes, from joining and later leaving the European Union in the historic Brexit vote of 2016, to becoming a more multicultural and diverse society. Today, the United Kingdom remains a key player on the world stage, known for its rich history, cultural contributions, and global influence. And that's the remarkable journey of the United Kingdom, from ancient Celtic tribes to one of the most influential countries in the world. The UK's history is filled with dramatic events, powerful leaders, and world-changing moments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating history content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.